Hello makers! This is one of the projects that I'm making for the Tim Holtz Stampers Anonymous Halloween 2024 release, and this is my favorite set from the release. This is Framed Frights, and that is CMS 494, and I think they are just amazing engraved images. I just think they're really cool, and I loved the font on these. Look at that. So good. This one has some little skulls with the ghost. So I have some ideas for this, but I am gonna start by making one that I think I can send to Ted and not be very, like totally sad about it. Does that sound selfish? The other one I want to make and keep for myself. So I'm gonna send Ted one. It will be just as cool and just as great, but it's, these take a lot of time, and so I want to make one that I can keep here and hang up in my house. So the one that I'm going to make today is going to be super fun too. So I am going to use an Etcetera tag. And I was trying to decide which one I wanted to use. Either of these would be fine to use. So this one is the mini tag, and this one is the small tag. So the mini tag is not a number 8 tag. It's still bigger than a number 8. It is, let's see. So it's 4.5 by 8. So mini is still, substantial. But I also wanted to use these bats with some black opaque texture paste and to put them on here. And so I kind of think that this bigger one is going to give me more room because I want to put these on here like this. And then I actually want to stencil the bats over part of each of these stamped images. And I know it's going to cover some of it up, but that's just what I'm feeling in my head that I want to do, is have this kind of be on top of these a little bit. And in the background, I'm going to stencil some, I'm going to spray this with distress mica, and then I'm going to do some grit paste bricks in the back. And then I'm going to use both of these scenes from the graveyard on this one. So that's where I think I'm going to go with this one. And then another time I will tell you which one I'm going to do for my house, but it involves fabric and these stamps. So, I really want to keep that one. So let's go ahead and get started on this one though, because I think I'm probably going to want to keep this one too, but I promise I will send it to Ted so that he can put it in the Stampers Anonymous booth. All right, so I'm inviting you to come along and let's get making. I started off by spraying some Shabby Shutters Distress Oxide spray all over the tag. I wanted a nice thin layer, and then I wanted to add some shimmer. So I added Iron Gate Distress Mica Stain, and then to that I added some Decayed Mica Stain, and then to that I added some Specimen Mica Stain. And remember, mica stain does have a colorant in the liquid, so it does have a stain. They aren't distress colors, but I chose them because they did have a colorant. The spritzers only have the distress mica pearl colors in them in a clear liquid, so that's why I chose the stains. Well, sadly, the mica stain did not work on this board, so sometimes it doesn't work on things just because of the way that they're processed. It may be the glue that's holding this pressed board together that acts as a resist, and so the mica stain couldn't soak in and dry. And so that may be the case with what I'm going to try now, and I may be stuck with, I may need to paint this, but I'm going to go ahead and try it again. So I'm not using the mica stains. I wiped it all off, and then now I have some Forest Moss Oxide, Shabby Shutters Oxide, and Black Soot Oxide, and so I'm just going to spray on this and see how it goes. All right, so that worked. It's dry, I've dried it. And so don't worry, my hands already look like this. So now I'm gonna stencil on it. So I have my THS085, and I don't know what the name of this is, but this isn't the brickwork one. This is more of stonework. And so I'm gonna use that. I have my brand new thing of grit paste. Look how beautiful this is. I just love it. So beautiful. Okay, so I'm just gonna dip in there and get some. And come on. This is a couple of years old, so hopefully it'll work. All right, I'm just gonna hold this over here, and I'm just gonna put some on here and there. I am not gonna cover the whole thing. I just want to have it look like the edge of some brickwork. So maybe just in some corners. And it's going to pick up some of the colors from the spray that's underneath. That's just the way that it works because it's water soluble. So you can actually already see it picking up some of that forest moss from underneath on the corners here. All right. And we'll kind of make it look like it. There's a big crack on it there. I just continued to add some of the grit paste. And again, the grit paste is thicker than it normally is if you have a new bottle. Like I said at the beginning, this bottle is several years old, even though I just opened it. So it was a little thick, but it still worked fine. And so there you can see I have it. I'm using my finger right here to just kind of smooth out some of those little spots where there was maybe just a sharp edge or a sharp corner. I want it to look crumbly. I'm using any extras that's on my fingers or were on the palette knife to just kind of smooth it out in the center and set it aside to dry. And now I'm stamping the 2 images that I chose from the set of 4. I'm stamping them on Distress Mixed Media Heavystock with black soot. And so I also stamped on here, and I stamped them twice. I also stamped on here some of the sentiments just so I had some options. And I always stamp 2 just because, you know, I mess up. And so I like to have one already stamped and ready to go. So if I mess up, I can start over again and I don't have to haul everything out and stamp. Let's talk about the colors that I'm using here. For the sky on both of these, I used Stormy Sky. It's kind of a grayish blue, and so I thought that would be good for the sky on these. And then for the rest of it, I'm using Pumice Stone is one of my main colors. I'm also adding in a little bit of hickory smoke and scorched timber. So those were my main colors for the rest of it. And then that frame is brushed corduroy, and that gives it kind of a gold tint to it. It's a goldish brown. And so I wanted those frames to be, you know, kind of stand out as a goldish brown. And then I just fussy cut them out, dried them, and before I put them on this, it's completely dry now. My grit paste is dry, but you can see it really picked up that forest moss green, and I didn't want all the stone to be so green. So really, I'm just taking here the hickory smoke distress crayon, and I'm scribbling it on there and then using my hand to kind of rub it in, and it's sitting on the surface of those green stones, so it still kind of has that mossy old look to them, but the top of it kind of has that gray color, so it's reading gray with the green moss underneath. Now I have another piece of mixed media heavy stock, and I have sprayed it with old paper, distress spray stain, and some water. And then I went in and did a little spritz of the fossilized amber spritz, and I cut some thin mats. So those mats have just the tiniest bit of reveal, but it's enough and it's light so that it would really stand out from the background. And so that's pretty much where I'm going to place them. I went ahead and added some collage medium and set that aside to dry because I don't want them moving around. So you do want them dry before you start this process. So I laid the large bats in flight. I don't know what it's actually called, but the bats in flight layering stencil, laid it across where I wanted it, and it's going to cover up some of the image behind it, and that was kind of part of my plan. So I wanted this black opaque texture paste to cover up not only the bricks in the back, but also part of that scenery that you see, so that it looked like the bats were actually flying in front of the images. So that was kind of part of my design plan, and I think it turned out really well. I'm super impressed with the way that it turned out, and I love how it looks. So I hope you do too, as we slowly pan down to the bottom of the tag. Well, I know a lot of this was kind of in fast forward, but I hope that it gave you enough of an idea that you could put something together like this if you were interested in making a tag like this for yourself. So as always, if you have any questions or need anything clarified, go ahead and leave those in the comments for this video below. I'll be happy to answer them. And if you want any of these products and you don't have them yet, links to these products are also in the description below. And I want to wish you a very creative day.